Hey, Jeff Kelderman here, Kelderman Trucks. Today we got a 2024 Ford F-350 single rear wheel limited. Theme of this truck, no chrome, as much black as we can put on it. So the front end, we chose the Alpha Series bumper. We've got our 16.5 worn winch with synthetic rope, got wireless remote control in the cab, and we color match this to match the paint. Ron, our painter, is fantastic. I mean, these things are just a work of art. It looks like a luxury car paint job on these bumpers. We did our rigid 4-inch Midnight Series lights, and then we've got some matte black monster hooks. We also took out the headlights. We sent those off to Eco Tint. You know, they gave us that blacked out look, got rid of the chrome, painted into flat black. It makes his headlights, you know, totally unique to his truck. So for the suspension on this, we went with our 5 to 6 inch kit. We've got our Kelderman Raptor shocks. You know, we spent a lot of time with the Raptor shock company. They're up in northern Minnesota, a real high-end shock. You know, we've got our black look that looks great with all the trucks, and the ride on this is phenomenal. Also with our front kit, it comes with the dual steering stabilizer kit. Now that's something, you know, we sell separate. You don't have to buy the entire kit to get our front dual steering stabilizer kit. You can order those online. This kit also has our Kelderman radius arms. What's cool about these, they're different than what we've done from 17 to 22. So the 23s have a adjustable arm on the bottom, which makes adjusting your caster very easy. 24s have the large emblem here. So we pop these apart, we get rid of the chrome. Then we also have a little Kelderman badge here that we replace the limited, or if it's a platinum, we'll replace that. So for the tires, we did Nitto Ridge Grapplers. These are 38 by 13.5 by 22s. And then the wheels are American Force. These are powder coated black. And I believe the model for this one is called the Idol. So the rear suspension on here is our 4-link suspension. You know, being a 350, it's going to have a higher carrying capacity than a 250. What's cool about this uses the same exact airbags we use on our 450s. So hauling a heavy load with this truck is going to be a piece of cake. The rear of this kit has the Raptor shocks just like the front. You know, remote resi, like I mentioned, they're made up in Minnesota by Raptor. You know, we did a lot of testing with these guys. They'll come down every year. We'll take trucks, we'll load them up, we'll ride empty. Sometimes we'll have to go 50 miles away to find the roughest road we can. And you know, at the end, what we have is a smooth riding truck, whether it's empty or loaded. A couple more features on this rear suspension. We run a larger sway bar, but we want the handling on this, even though our center of gravity is about 8 inches taller, 9 inches taller than factory with our taller tires. You know, we could still take this truck and go through a slalom course, I'd say probably even faster than a stock truck. So these new 23s have this load sensor on here. So since the 4-link suspension's never going to squat, we actually locked this load sensor out into a fixed position with a little 3D printed piece that we make. You know, with regular leaf spring trucks, this is supposed to, as the truck sags, it'll light up lights in the rear tail light to give you an idea how much weight you have on the back. So, you know, with our 4-link, if you're really that concerned how much weight you got on the back, you know, you'll just look at the numbers on the 3H control system, and we can calculate it to have a pretty good idea how much weight you have. But since the truck doesn't sag with the 4-link, it doesn't matter hooking that up anymore, because it's always going to show on the taillight you've only got, you know, a few 100 pounds in it. As you can see here, we've got a horn blaster kit. We make our own little bracket that fits around the control box, makes for a real nice clean installation. So we just tie in the solenoid to our 6 gallons of air from the control system and then tie it into a button inside the cab. So our airlift controller is this digital pad here, and what we do is we 3D print this piece and it replaces the sunglass holder. So if you're in love with your overhead sunglass holder, you better let us know not to do that, but most people are like, get rid of it. So it keeps it up here out of the way. You know, you hit your button here, that drops the air out, that's your rear drop, and then, you know, it shows the air pressures here, lets you know not only the air pressure, but it also tells you where your airbags are at with those little triangles. So we keep these right here in the middle, that's your ride height. If we're jacking it all the way up, those triangles go all the way to the top. If we're gonna let all the air out, those triangles go down to the bottom. That kind of tells you where you're going with the position of the truck. Fantastic system. Also has a cool app you can put on your phone. Be backing up, you can get out, you can let air out of your truck, back up, hit the trailer. You know, fantastic, real reliable system. We've been running this airlift for probably 5 years now. Another thing we'll do on all our installs, we'll put an air chuck on the back here. Makes it real handy if you need to pump up an ATV tire, mountain bikes, bicycles, kids' toys at the lake. I mean, it's always awesome when you have your own onboard air compressor. A couple other little things we did to finish off this truck is, we tint the lights on the side. What that does is just takes off that bright red on this truck. Makes it look, it flows so much better. And you don't think it's really that big a deal until you start looking at stock trucks with the red that hasn't been tinted. It really jumps out at you. Another thing we did is we'll take the back panel off. We'll paint that out black so it's not the silver. Take the limiteds off. Just tie this whole truck together. I mean, we even did the third brake light. We tinted that thing.